Alright, so what you've just heard was the Soldano Mini in the mix context, and the signal chain was really simple. I used my LTD MH1000 with the Trembucker Simber Duncan TB5, plugged straight into the Soldano SLO-Mini. From the SLO-Mini FX loop send, I'm going with the cable straight to my audio interface of the computer. This is the ID4 from Audient, Mark I, really cheap interface. And over there I got my DAW open with the Nadir impulse response loader. To be exact, I'm using the Bogren Digital Downtune Rhythm IR pack. You can get those using my affiliate codes, which are in the description below, to get some discount. Don't get fooled by the master cranked up to the 6 because we are using the audio interface, and even at 9 o'clock this amplifier is extremely loud with 2x12 cabinet. So, you know, this is only to push the signal without any gain on my audio interface. Alright, so all the knobs are on the noon, and we are using the normal instead of the deep at the beginning. The gain is at, you know, really low. Let's go, let's try that out. Okay, this is too low, let's go a little bit higher. As you can see, we have absolutely no clean. Let's crank the gain a little bit, because this makes absolutely no sense. We are using the crunch right now, and as you can see, the amplifier is already start to become saturated a bit. Let's switch to the overdrive. Okay, so this is a little bit, let's say, a rocky kind of sound. I think that we need to start tweaking, so let's go. Okay, so adding the presence is really changing the behavior of the treble. And the response, we are using the overdrive right now. Okay, let's go with the treble. Okay, so as you can see, this little thing got a lot of gain because we didn't even started this test yet, and it's already start to sound like a metal. Let's tweak back the presence. Alright, so this is the obvious rock tone. Let's go higher with the gain. Let's go, I don't know, around 11 o'clock. As you can probably hear, this thing got a lot of gain. We got 11 o'clock at the gain, and we are using the crunch channel. Let's go to the overdrive. I think it's about time to use the switch over here. This is the normal and deep. The deep is here to add some, let's say, bass frequencies. So let's try that out. I will be chugging with my right hand, and you can probably will hear the difference in a second. The deep switch adds a little, let's say, texture, additional flavor to the bass tones. I'd really prefer that instead of normal. Let's try that out. So we got the gain at 5, let's go with that. I'm using the crunch channel, this is not even overdriven channel, so let's switch that to the overdrive. Now we are talking, right? So I think that at half of the gain available, this amplifier starts to really sounds great. And to be honest, I don't really think that there's a need to go even farther. But of course we are doing the test, so we'll be doing that in a second. Let's go to the 7? I don't know, let's go. Okay, so we can definitely hear the saturation is extremely high at this point. We got the gain at 7 out of 11. Let's fool around with the tone knobs. Okay, let's go back to the crunch channel. So to sum it up, I think that the most important switch is over there. This is the deep switch. It really compensates lack of headroom and, you know, lack of bass in those small amplifiers. This is really typical for all those small solid state amps. They, at some point, at some volume, they stop creating the bass tones, and this definitely helps to add some, you know, resonance over there, and it's even more effective than the bass tone, because even if you will push the bass tone up to the maximum, it will not be as effective as switching to the deep mode. Let's go with that. Let's go with the, I don't know, 7 overdrive. Let's say everything at noon. Let's see, I got the bass tone to the maximum. Let's do it that way. Okay, so maybe I exaggerated, but definitely if we'll go like this. So even with the bass cranked up to the maximum, it still lacks a bit of bottom end, so definitely it helps to put the switch into the deep mode and back up this bass tone knob over there. And I think we already got too much bass, at least for the mix purposes, so, you know, using something like this with the deep switch on definitely do the job. The second most important knob is the presence, because if you want to get more bass tone from such shitty small amplifiers, you really need to back up your presence, you know, reverse engineering. Let's go. Okay, so all those small amplifiers sounds like shit when it comes to the low-tuned guitars, so I put out my baritone guitar, drop G. I even put out my Maxon OD808 just in case we will need it. Let's go, gain at 9 o'clock. Let's see what it can do. Actually, there's a lot of gain. Not bad, actually, I'm pretty surprised. Let's go and crack the gain up to the noon. Let's don't waste more time. Let's try it out with the Maxon. Typical setting for the Maxon, for the Tube Screamers. Let's go. You know what will be more interesting? If we will put it to the crunch mode, and then we will boost it with the Maxon. So let's try it with the crunch first. So the crunch channel is definitely more sophisticated, and in case you would like to, get some more quality out of it, some new, let's say, sound, and boost it with some kind of overdrive pedals, some distortion, I don't know, whatever, definitely pairing it with the crunch channel of the Soldano Mini amp will do the job. Let's sum it up. This has absolutely no clean settings, so if you're looking for the clean sounding amplifier, this is definitely not for you. So what is it for? I'd like to say that this is some sort of Funko Pop for guitarists. So, a cool gadget, something you would like to have in your studio, in your home studio, and it looks great in the background. It's really cheap and really affordable when it comes to the aftermarket especially. And if I would like to sum it up somehow, I think that the best summary is that this is the great sounding overdrive pedal from Soldano with an additional solid power amp. So if you are not familiar with the Soldano SLO pedal, the overdrive pedal, you got exactly the same settings over the pedal version of the Soldano. So if you are looking for the Soldano overdrive, definitely worth considering at the same price point, because those are actually priced the same, especially in the aftermarket, as the pedal version of the Soldano overdrive. Definitely go for it. You can play with it, you can gig it with it. It's loud enough actually with 2x12, because I tested it. It delivers a lot of volume actually, and it's kind of surprising. Of course, it lacks in the headroom. You have to be careful how much volume you crank up. This is 30 watt. This is solid state amp. So solid state amps, they are not famous for their bottom end, they are famous for their pretty, let's say, aggressive structure of the gain. So if you are looking for the Soldano Mini amp for the recording purposes, actually this will apply to all the Mini amp series. There's absolutely no point in doing that. Recording with plugins are way more convenient and easier, because you can tone shape everything after recording. So if you are not happy on Monday with your tone, you can, switch everything on Tuesday without re-recording the DIs. If you will record it just like I did, you got like one setting into the DAW, into the project, and basically you are done. Everything you can do now is like do some post-processing. So for the recording purposes, absolutely no point in doing that. It sounds great, you can record with it, but there are plugins way cheaper than that and more convenient to use. If you're looking to gig with it, actually, for this price, if you're looking for solid state, or maybe let's put it different way, if you can accept the solid state power amplifier, go for it. It delivers tons of gain. I think that you will be more than satisfied. There's this characteristic gain structure of the Soldano. I couldn't, compare it to the real tube amp. I was quite happy with it. If you want to buy it as a toy, as a, let's say, Funko Pop for the guitarist, for your studio, for putting it to the background, this is the way to go. Actually, this is more of a toy than a real gear, real equipment. I'm happy with it, because even though it's a toy, it's really usable and it sounds great. It delivers a lot of gain, but I'll be honest with you, I will not be using that much of the Soldano, because I have a lot of plugins. The routing, the cables that I need, it's not convenient. I can just plug my guitar straight into my audio interface and use the plugin, so what's the point, right? Alright, so leave the thumb up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that yet, and let me know in the comments if you like this new form of testing of gear over my YouTube channel. This is the new approach for me as well, so I'm kind of interested what you think about it. I got a lot of gear which I could test that way, and all my videos are non-sponsored and honest. Soldano didn't even respond to my social media, let's say, tagging and direct messages, so they don't really care about what I am about to do, and that's good for me. At least you got fully honest video, and if I can rate it, I will give it solid 7 out of 10. I hope this helped you to make a decision if you want to buy it or not. Very cool gadget, great toy, not really, let's say, convenient for recording, very cool for practicing. Better to buy this instead of the Soldano pedal overdrive, because it's basically the same in the same price, but this delivers 30 watts of solid state power amp, which you can use in a various situation, like emergency gig, or it's a pretty good backup amplifier for your live shows. Anyways, hit that subscribe button, leave the thumb up, and see you in the next video.